ABC 10 News starts now with breaking news.
That breaking news is along the Embarcadero, where a body was found floating in the water late today.
This is a live picture from our breaking news tracker on the scene at West Laurel and North Harbor Drive. This is just south of the Coast Guard station. A passerby spotted the body in the water around 5:30. There is no information yet on the victim. Police are now waiting for the medical examiner to arrive. As you can see, we're going to keep you posted as we learn more as well.
I stand before you, a grief-stricken and heartbroken over the violent murder of my beloved fiancé.
An emotional letter read aloud as the man accused of gunning down a popular Cathedral Catholic high school teacher made his first appearance in court. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Our ABC 10 News reporter Michael Chen has the victim's fiance's heartfelt plea for justice.
Positioned behind a courtroom speaker, Jesse Alvarez nodded his head, confirming his plea of not guilty in the murder of Mario Fierro, his ex-girlfriend's fiancé. Fierro, a high school football coach and teacher at Cathedral Catholic High, was shot and killed outside his North Park home on the morning of February 1st. His fiancée, described by prosecutors as Ms. Doe, filed a restraining order against Alvarez in late 2019, accusing him of stalking and suicidal threats. The court dismissed the case.
In the weeks leading up, the defendant had sought to have 2 semi-automatic firearms altered, painted white, the appearance decoy-like.
Prosecutors say Alvarez also recently tried to get onto the high school campus, where Ms. Doe also worked. According to prosecutors, on the day of the shooting, Alvarez, dressed in all black, drove his brother's car and waited outside Fierro's home for an hour before shooting him multiple times at close range. Prosecutors arguing Alvarez is a danger to Ms. Doe and should be denied bail, reading a letter.
I stand before you, a survivor of domestic violence and abuse, suffered at the hands of the defendant, Jesse Alvarez.
Written by Ms. Doe.
I stand before you, a woman who has lived in fear of the defendant, Jesse Alvarez, for over a year. But above all, I stand before you, a grief-stricken and heartbroken over the violent murder of my beloved fiancé.
Alvarez's lawyers,
His whole life he has devoted to helping individuals,
called him a religious man known for his charity work. The judge sided with prosecutors and denied him bail. Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
Prosecutors say they found clothing with the Cathedral Catholic logo inside Alvarez's home. They also found another gun and a gun case made to look like a guitar case. Alvarez's preliminary hearing is scheduled for April the 8th.
Turning now to coronavirus, the county once again reported fewer than 1,000 new cases today, and our test positivity rate fell to 4%. That's the lowest we've seen in a long time, but deaths remain high. 51 more San Diegans have lost their life to COVID, bringing that total to more than 2,900. Governor Gavin Newsom was full of good news today about our COVID situation. Speaking from Fresno, the governor said our case, hospitalization, and ICU rates have fallen sharply in the last couple of weeks, and that will allow more counties to move into less restrictive tiers.
Yesterday, we announced more counties moving out of that purple tier, and we anticipate within a week or two, even more counties moving.
No word if San Diego is among the counties on track to move up. Newsom also said a deal will be announced as soon as Friday to get California's youngest children back in school. As for vaccines, Newsom says they are scarce right now, but he expects that to improve as early as next month. He also said the first reported cases of the South African variant were identified yesterday in the Bay Area.
And starting Friday, the Del Mar Fairgrounds will serve as the latest vaccine superstation. This one is being run by Scripps Health in the county. Drive-through and walk-up options will be available by appointment only. It will be the first such superstation along the North County coastline.
To be able to go down to the Del Mar Fairgrounds to get the vaccine to end this pandemic sounds like a good option to me.
The fairgrounds will be the county's 5th superstation, joining the sites already up and running in downtown San Diego, Chula Vista, La Mesa, and San Marcos.
Making air travel as safe as possible during the pandemic is a major focus right now at Lindbergh Field. ABC 10 News reporter Steve Smith shows the effort to create a touchless journey for every passenger.
The Airport Innovation Lab has been on site at Lindbergh Field since 2018, and with one goal in mind, to shape the future of the airport customer experience.
We're in our 5th cohort. So we have a cohort is basically a group of companies or founders and entrepreneurs that are with us for 4 months, with the focus changing every program.
And due to the pandemic, the current phase is focusing on health and safety.
Which companies or solutions will make it a safe and pleasant experience for our passengers to come through San Diego? You got to make sure people are 6 feet apart. We've got social distancing in place. And so that's kind of how we came to these ideas.
As 6 companies have been selected to test their ideas inside the lab, everything from touchless tablets to screen boarding passes to sanitary covers on airplane tray tables.
We do have several companies that are focused around these kind of touchless, contactless solutions. And then the other one that we really wanted to focus on as well, solutions that help manage queues or movement of people in internal spaces.
Then at the end of the 4-month program, each company delivers their test phase presentation. A selection panel then decides which company's idea is the best fit for San Diego.
They don't all make it, right?
Yeah.
Some of them are really awesome, but they're not great for San Diego. Maybe they're great for like LAX or someplace else. Some of them are wonderful, but not great for an airport environment at all. And then some of them at the end of the day are wonderful for San Diego, and we want to bring them on site.
I'm Steve Smith, ABC 10 News.
The Innovation Lab encourages feedback. It sends out information via social media, inviting passengers to participate in the live tests. You can stay on top of any new developments with coronavirus by downloading the 10 News app. A free version is available in the App Store.
A San Diego police officer is accused of stalking his ex-girlfriend. Sergeant Mariusz Chose was arrested this morning after a 7-month investigation. Police say they were contacted by the ex-girlfriend last June and took Chose off the street while they investigated. Chose, who has been with the department for more than 18 years, was booked into jail on felony counts of stalking, extortion, and false imprisonment.
San Diego's VA healthcare system is accused of collecting liver tissue from sick veterans without their consent. The Independent Office of Special Counsel says VA doctors ask patients to undergo a biopsy that wasn't necessary and use the tissue in a hepatitis research study. The issue came to light through a whistleblower complaint, which the VA looked into and determined the biopsies were warranted. But the Office of Special Counsel disputes that. It has sent its findings to the President and Congress.
It can seem like an inconvenience, crews digging into the ground, in this case in North Park, but it could prevent a much bigger inconvenience down the road. Our ABC 10 News reporter Rena Nakano explains why projects like this have led to a major drop in water main breaks here in San Diego.
Nobody wants to wake up to this mess.
You don't expect it to be right when you get up to go on a Monday.
The water is about 24 inches high.
But if you live in an older neighborhood of San Diego, chances are you've experienced a water main break or two.
It has gone from one end of our building to the other end.
And it's destroyed a lot.
Yeah.
But the city of San Diego says for the 4th year in a row, the number of water main breaks in the city has gone down.
It's a huge project throughout the city.
Arian Collins with the city of San Diego says since 2013, they've taken around 180 miles of cast iron water pipes and replaced them with longer lasting PVC. Last year, the city had only 33 water main breaks compared to 131 at its peak in 2010.
Some of our cast iron water mains were 100 years old, so they've gone way past their life expectancy.
The city hopes to replace the remaining 55 miles of cast iron with PVC pipes by 2025 so they can avoid these headaches.
Lost a lot of sentimental pieces.
And keep the water on and the roads open. Rena Nakano, ABC 10 News.
During the last decade, the city has paid more than $2.3 million in damages from claims and lawsuits after broken water mains.